Right.
So you've been in the firm for just shy of 25 years. You went to Harvard Business School. You came and worked here in your, I guess, late 20s, early 30s or so.
Yeah.
Worked your way as an author. You're now the president of the Education Division. And I don't know, about maybe 10 years ago, The Leader in Me started. In fact, FranklinCovey's had an education division for, gosh, 25 years. I started in it, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we've been selling the 7 Habits to universities, school districts for almost 30 years. But about a decade ago, something interesting happened by educators for educators.
Sure.
Take a few minutes and take us on the journey of what is The Leader in Me and kind of how did it start?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'd call it serendipity.
Yeah.
You know, we never would have expected this. We didn't plan for it. This started with a school in Raleigh, North Carolina called A.B. Combs Elementary. And here you have a principal. Her name is Muriel Summers, and she's sent in to turn around this failing school. Right? She arrives and tries her best, but nothing's working, and she's got what they call a magnet school, or a school with a theme, right? And a lot of schools are like that. And her job is to attract a lot of students, and she's not attracting anybody. And the school's about to be shut down because it's doing so poorly. Superintendent comes to her and says, "Muriel, we're gonna change you because you're not attracting anybody. You've got low test scores. Everything's going really bad." And he said, "I'll give you one more week to come up with a new idea."
Wow.
And she's shocked, and she goes, "Well, give me another year." And he goes, "No, you got a week to come up with a new idea." She's desperate, and so she has a few bucks left in her professional development account. She sees Stephen Covey's in town, so she goes to hear him speak. Okay?
Your father?
My father.
And how
Stephen
long ago
Covey.
was this, Sean?
This would have been about 12 years ago.
12 years ago. Right.
Yeah. So she goes, and she said, "I arrived late. I had to sit in the front row. And Stephen's speaking on the 7 Habits." And she said, I'd heard of him, I'd read a little bit about him, and she said, the habits just blew me away. You know, he's talking about being proactive. You are the captain of your life, right? Don't let the past hold your hostage future, your future hostage. Right. You know, he'd talk about, seek first to understand, then to be understood, these powerful principles in the 7 Habits. And she kept saying to herself, this is exactly what our school needs.
That have changed countless millions of people's lives as adults.
Exactly.
And,
yeah, so it hit her for the first time, right? And so during a break, she goes up, Dr. Covey, she gets her courage up. Dr. Covey, Muriel Summers, I'm an elementary school principal. Can these ideas be taught to young kids? And he goes, well, yeah, we do it with teenagers all the time. She goes, no, really young kids, like 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds. And he said, he looked at this guy and said, I don't know why not. Why don't you give it a try and let me know how it goes? And so she went back and she thought, I'm going to build a school based on leadership. I'm going to use the 7 Habits and other leadership ideas and teach my kids reading, writing, math, and how to be a leader of their own lives, right? And so she started this in her school. She started teaching the 7 Habits to all the adults and the kids.
Independent of the Franklin-Covey company.
Independent of the
She was just germinating this on her own.
She just went out on
in
her
this
own.
weak window that she had to save herself and her school.
Exactly. Well, she went back to the superintendent and said, my new idea is leadership.
Okay.
And he said, that's compelling. Give it a go. Okay, so she got her staff involved. They went out and interviewed parents. What do you want out of your school? Everybody said, we want kids that are self-starters, they're cooperative, they get along well with other people, they're balanced. She basically said, they talked about these social emotional life skills that all the parents wanted, right?
Same things leaders want in their employees and companies.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But they don't have.
Yeah, so long story, okay. So she started doing this in her school. She gave her kids leadership roles and responsibilities. Everybody started taking over the school, so to speak. She taught them how to set and achieve goals. A year later, her scores shot up, attendance boomed. 4 years later, she's named the #1 magnet school in the country. Test scores skyrocketed.
And this is
this is how it started.
This is a movie script, is it not?
It is.
This is a movie you would see.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
A true movie, yeah.
Yeah. Desperate teacher, her and her staff put together this, what she called a leadership model, right?
Who will play Muriel Summers in the movie?
Yeah, not sure.
Yeah.
But somebody with a southern accent.
Okay,
that's
got
for
it.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I went to visit her school, after she became the #1 school in the country in the magnet status, I was just blown away by it. I said, Muriel, this is unbelievable what you've created with this school. And she pointed at me and she said, it is your moral imperative to do something about this. I have so many people visiting my school all the time. I'm trying to run a school, but this should be spread throughout the state, throughout the country and the world. So that's how the whole thing began, is happenstance. encounter of Muriel Summers and Stephen Covey,
Right.
two visionaries
Right. Right.
that wanted to bring leadership and the power of the 7 habits and other leadership content to children.